want some sauce?
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
Alright, so a couple days ago I had bought some tilapia at the supermarket, and what I need to do is fillet these guys because I'm going to be using them for fish tacos. As soon as I get it through, I just keep running my knife down the bones, letting the bones kind of be the guide. And by doing so, I will minimize the amount of bones I will have to pull out of the fillet. Sometimes there's a few of them up near the head that you have to deal with. Okay, so we've got our meat inside here. Not a lot, but it's enough for a few tacos. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just end up putting some flour, some salt and pepper, and they'll throw their some water in there, maybe some beer or something to fry it up. Sometimes they put baking powder, and it's a fish stick, right? So why waste the time and the effort and dirty dishes, just buy fish sticks? I'm going to end up making a different batter, okay, one that actually is a little bit more south of the border tasting. So one of the very first things we're going to do is we're going to take some flour. This is all-purpose flour. The amount that I have inside there is probably about 3/4 of a cup. This is some salt. This is kosher salt. It's about 3/4 of a teaspoon. This is a Korean hot pepper, but you can use cayenne pepper just to give it a little bit of heat. This is onion powder, and I think that's good right there. This is garlic powder. That's enough. That's probably about a half a teaspoon. This is chili powder, maybe a tablespoon. And this is the chili powder that doesn't have cumin and garlic already in it. Okay, this is straight up chili powder. And this right here is paprika, about a tablespoon. This is dried oregano. This is cumin. Yeah, I'm going to be putting about 3/4 of a teaspoon to a teaspoon. And of course, ground black pepper. And we want to put probably about, once again, 3/4 of a teaspoon. This is Coleman's dried mustard. And I'm going to be putting about a teaspoon, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon in there. Parsley flakes, these are dried, maybe a tablespoon. And this is what we're going to be using for our batter. And what we're going to do is we're going to mix beer with it. If you want to, you can add baking powder to this as well to help it poof up. But what we want is we want to mix this until it's kind of like, well, pancake batter really. You can use tilapia, you can use cod. Okay, and then now we're going to go ahead and coat these guys real well. And you can see that this is enough batter for quite a few pieces of fish. And what I'm doing is I'm putting equal parts mayonnaise and sour cream. Okay. Now, if you're going to make a chipotle mayo, you do the exact same thing I'm doing here. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dill inside here. Okay. That is one of the main differences. Okay. So I put some crushed dill inside here, and we're going to mix this up. Put a little bit of salt inside here. I'm going to take a lime. Put a decent amount of lime juice inside here. And this is going to give it some acidity, but it's also going to give it that lime freshness, which is really nice. I'm going to be adding a little bit of sugar. Okay, maybe half a tablespoon. And of course, how much sugar you add is completely up to you. Okay, completely up to you. Now, before I call it quits, I can either grate up a jalapeno, or you can do what I'm doing, and that is I'm going to take a Fresno chili and basically grate it up a little bit. Okay, add a little bit of heat. All right, adding that little bit of chili in there, whether it's jalapeno or Fresno, ends up creating kind of like a, well, best way for me to describe it is almost kind of like a jalapeno popper dipped in ranch dressing. Now in that sauce you can add black pepper, you can add onion, you could add garlic powder. It's up to you. Okay, but the basic stuff that I made right there is going to be more than enough. It's going to be just fine. Okay, plus we have a lot of flavor already going on in our batter, so there's really no reason to like double your money. Some people, depending on where you're at, you'll call that coriander. Where I'm at, we call coriander the seed of cilantro. Just got done washing it, and I'm a big believer in just using the leaves. Okay, the stems, even though you can eat them, they do have a tendency to be a little bit bitter in my experience. Of course, tomatoes, and the cheese that we're going to be using is a queso fresco. Okay, and usually you use cabbage, but I'm going to step this up a little bit to make it a little bit more healthy, and also I like it, so that's what I do. And I'm basically using a confetti slaw. This has got cabbage in it, but this has also got carrot and broccoli. Kind of keep this straight if I can. And as soon as these come out, we're going to go ahead and hit them with a little bit of salt. Because anytime you fry something, as soon as it comes out, that's when you want to season it. And just set it on the burner. Let it sit there for about 30 seconds, flip it over. And it's going to toast the corn, and it's going to make the tortilla not only taste better, it's going to be more pliable. Just everything about it is going to be better. So just go ahead and let the fire do its job. Take a little bit of that sauce that we had made. And just a hint of the queso fresco. We don't need a lot of it. Take our lime. Hit the top of this with lime for that acidity. We have a killer fish taco right here. And that's that, guys. That's how you go about making fish tacos. These are really good. And they're probably going to be a little different than what you're used to, because like I said, most of the time people will just end up making fish sticks, and you know, that's fine and dandy, you know, but the way I look at it is it should have more flavor than just a fish stick, you know. Anyway, guys, that is that. If you like this, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. I got lots more videos, but until next time, talk to you later.